house.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It's Two Dumb Yinzers, episode 334. Kind of a chilly morning in Western Pennsylvania today.
Cold as balls.
A little rain, a little wind. How's it over you guys' way?
Oh, it's the same. It's cold. It's wet. I love it.
Yeah.
It's miserable. It's matching my mood.
It's a nice change of pace from what we've been having for the past month.
Oh, yeah. I'm tired of this nasty ass weather. Give me some cool temps. I am happy.
The grass is yellow.
Yeah. Okay, that was a bit depressing.
Yeah. Well, at least you ain't gonna mess with it as much, but it's just,
That's true. I haven't had to cut my grass in like a week and a half. So that's
every
great.
once in a while. The rain will be nice every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't need it all the time.
Guys, want to hear something funny?
Sure.
The Oakland A's swept the Milwaukee Brewers.
You know what?
That makes the Pirates series not look all that bad now.
Weird. It's baseball.
That's just sports, Derpy. That's just sports.
That's just baseball.
That's just sports.
That's just baseball.
That's just sports.
It makes the Pirates series not look as bad. We did win a game. They didn't.
You know what?
They have this weird strength against first place teams. I don't get it.
It makes the NL Central look bad.
Yeah,
is what it does, but not as bad as the AL Central. I'm glad I'm not a fan of an AL Central team.
I tell you,
that's
what,
all
Derpy,
I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Central is rough. By the end of today or tomorrow, I forget when the Twins play next. But they do play the Brewers. But if check this out, if the Brewers beat the Twins, which Derpy wants to happen, of course, because he's Cleveland.
I need it to happen.
Here's what's going to happen, though. If the Twins lose to Milwaukee, the Twins will be 33-34. That's their first place team. So people talk about our division. Theirs is literally worse than ours.
I love
because
it.
Their first place team could be sub 500 tomorrow. So if it goes the way Derpy wants it to, which of course he does because he needs his team to get back into it, the division leader in the AL Central will be below 500, which is wild.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Anything to make Cleveland look bad, especially their fans.
I was gonna say, don't their fans already do that enough?
They do. I know, right? We deal with one daily. Oh, it's rough.
So that's interesting. But the A's, they swept Milwaukee, which we needed. That gave the Pirates sole possession of first place. Pirates are at the top. Brewers are 1 game out. The Reds 4 games out. The Cubs 6.5 out. Cardinals 8 games out. Of course, we start a series tomorrow night, 3 games set in Chicago. The more I look at what's going on in the division, you know how I went on about the Cardinals a couple weeks ago?
Yep.
I think the Reds are the team that you really got to start watching out for.
Mm-hmm. They're sneaky.
They're sneaky. They brought this guy. They brought their bizarro world O'Neal Cruz up, and it changed the whole culture. Everybody's back into winning baseball games in Cincinnati, and they're winning games. And they have the Royals next. So, yeah, the Royals sit down for bottom of the division over there. So, this could be an opportunity for the Reds, especially if the Pirates and Brewers still, mess around here. You got the Brewers playing the Twins, the Pirates playing the Cubs, which if you look at the probable pitchers, on paper, we should win this game, but you know how the Pirate season has gone.
Yeah, they can't do anything right. So, they're going to lose.
So you got those two. You got the Reds. Then you got the Cubs who were playing.
Mm-hmm.
So this week, you can start to see things change around. We always say that, but at the end of the week, it's always the same. Some teams win, then you lose, and then you win. Then it's just about the same thing at the end of the week than it was at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to get too excited or too down on it one way or another. Bucks have won 8 of 11 games. Of course, 2 of them came in the Oakland A's series, which you could arguably say are the hottest team in baseball right now, who run a 5-game winning streak.
They are like the best team in baseball. They've knocked off number ones all over the place.
They are. They're like David and Goliath.
I
Like
love it.
they're playing baseball with a slingshot.
As long as they play the NL Central, they're going to be in first place. And who else did they beat? The Braves.
The Braves, the best team in the NL.
Yeah, they play the Pirates, the Braves, and the Brew Crew. They're set. They're golden. They're bringing home the World Series, baby.
Of course, the Pirates did win a series over the Mets 2-1. They won the game yesterday 2-1. Couple small things might have happened during this game I want to talk about here briefly in a moment. However, I do want to say first, the average attendance for the games this weekend against the Mets, 30,496. 30,496 people.
Not bad.
You like it. A couple of things I think went into that, of course. McCutcheon's run for 2,000 hits. Pirates playing, a little bit better. They're at the top of the division. And it's the Mets. For some reason, since the early 90s, our stadium gets packed full of Mets fans when the Mets come to town. Just one thing that you kind of get used to. And they're not as bad. They're not as annoying as some other fan bases are. So they really bothered me.
New York wants to get it. Look, New York fans want to look at a nice skyline, to that gaudy skyline they have in New York.
A terrible skyline.
A terrible skyline. There's no beautiful buildings there. You come to Pittsburgh to see beautiful buildings, baby.
64 down, 98 to go. Let me ask you guys real quick before we get started. I got a couple over and unders for you. Derpy, you alive? My first over and under for you, Mike. Mitch Keller this season, 20 wins.
Under.
Derpy, what do you think?
Under.
Mitch Keller, the ace. Right now he's sitting at 8-2, a little over between a third and a halfway through the season. Mitch Keller, does he get 20 wins? You go over or under on that?
Under.
Ooh, interesting. Here's another one.
20 wins is hard to get, man.
It's really hard.
Like, you have to be like, I'm not knocking Mitch Keller, but you have to be like very special or have a special season going to get 20 wins. I'd love to see him do it. That'd be awesome.
I think he's going to land on 20. That's my pick. I think it's going to be even. Second one. Jack Sawinski has 13 home runs right now. 64 down, 98 to go. 13 home runs. Does Jack Sawinski hit 30 home runs? Think about it for a minute before you blurt it out. Here we are, 64 games in, 98 to go. He has 13. You still have all of July, August, September, a couple weeks left in June. Jack Sawinski, 30 home runs.
I'm taking the under. I think he's just going to miss it. He's going to come close, but under.
What do you think, Derpy? Jack Sawinski, 30 home runs, over or under?
What's he sitting at right now?
13. 13 home runs at 64 games in. 98 games left.
I think he's going to be 3 short.
You know what? I'm kind of getting to feel like you guys are. Mike says just short. You're saying 3 short. I'm feeling 27, 28, 29. This is what I'm feeling.
Yeah, just because the left-handed pitching that he's going to have to face.
Yeah. Where that guy could hit. If he could hit left-handers, man, he would be a treat.
It'd be great. We wouldn't be able to afford him.
You're right. And the thing is about this guy is, people say, oh, he can't hit lefters. This is a liability. Bro, he has 13 home runs. Next person on the team, McCutcheon, I don't know what he has, 7, 8,
like 7 or 8, yeah.
So, you can't boo-poo and, okay, the guy can't hit left-handers, but the guy still, I like Jack. I like him. I like him a lot. You know what? The first time I seen him, the guy was hitting 2 home runs in one game. And I thought, wow, this kid, and never really slows down.
No, he's all right. He's all right. Not a superstar, but he's that guy. You need a Jack Sawinski on your team, especially like for the Pirates and their payroll. They need someone who has some pop, some power.
Everybody needs a Jack.
Everyone needs Jack.
And I always say, and I hate to go this way and play this role, but he's a good guy too. He's one of these good guys to have in the locker room. Everybody gets along with him.
Yeah,
you hate to always go to that, but it's true.
But it's especially in baseball where it's so long.
Yeah,
you can get annoyed with people, And you need that guy to keep it loose. Like look at Marc-Andre Fleury. He was always that guy. When things were at their lowest, he would never let it get low in the locker room. He kept everyone's spirits up. You need the weird guy, the happy guy. That's why we have Derpy.
Derpy, you're the happy guy.
Am I?
Yeah.
I was gonna go with the weird guy, but
Derpy brings all the cheer.
Derpy.
So Jack Sawinski hits his 13th home run yesterday. He has 2 hits, the only Pittsburgh Pirate that had multiple hits in this baseball game. But none as big as Andrew McCutcheon.
They're the only one that mattered, baby.
Andrew McCutcheon in his first bat after going a couple nights without getting any hits. He hopes to come out in game 3 against the Mets and get that 2,000th hit.
I told you.
He comes out.
Nostradamus over here.
Nostradamus. I love it.
Or Nostradamus.
Derpy.
Did you say Derpy dumbass?
Oh, no, I said Derpy Dumas.
Oh, okay.
I said Nostradamus.
Yeah.
I didn't say dumbass. Now you're putting words in my mouth.
Well, that would have been funnier. Anyway.
You missed the joke.
So 2,000 hits. He becomes like the 291st baseball player ever in the history of the game, which is really awesome.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
It was really cool. His wife's in town. It was a big thing. They put a couple of messages on the board from Big Ben. One was from Sidney Crosby. One was from Neil Walker. Really cool. Congratulating him. He's the face of baseball in this city for the past,
Oh, God.
Yeah,
For over 10 years, I think. Yeah, he is Bucko baseball, my God. Because from what we went from Barry Bonds to Jason Kendall. No offense to Jason Kendall.
No, I love
but
Kendall.
then, finally, up to McCutcheon. So, it's a long stretch that we had a true superstar in baseball. We had some good players like Jason Kendall, Brian Giles, Jason Bay. But
he will go down as one of the greats.
He will. He will.
Especially now solidifying it with this 2,000th hit.
Oh, yeah.
Anything at the end of the day, just because, you still throw names like Jason Kendall and guys like this in there, and they weren't the greatest Pirates.
But he was a damn good ball player.
But he's going to fall into that category because of things like that.
Yeah.
I like it. I like Kutch. His wife was there. Everybody was there.
And he's another one. He's another good guy.
Yeah.
I know people who
really
work in in businesses around the area where he's shopped at. They said he's a cool, laid back guy.
Yeah. Mitch Keller has a great day on the hill. Goes 7 innings. There's 106 pitches, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks with 7 Ks. That takes him over 100 strikeouts for the season.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and he's second in the league with 7+ strikeout games.
Yeah, and he leads the league in strikeouts watched, not strikeouts swinging or
caught looking, baby.
Caught looking. He leads the league. He leads the majors.
I noticed something on his pitches. So they didn't yesterday. They didn't seem like they had a lot of movement, but just enough movement to confuse the hitters. Where you see some pitches the ball just it just dances around. It was not moving. It didn't look like it was moving that much, but it was just enough to confuse them. And it was a nice, effective outing, and it's one he needed. He had that 4-game stretch where he was giving up a lot of runs, and he settled back down. This is why he's in contention for Cy Young, and like you're saying, chasing 20 wins.
Yeah, he's going to be in it at the end, whether he gets that 20 or not. I think that as long as the Pirates can continue to do what they've been doing, and we can't even explain in words what it is that they've been doing. It's just not sucking. As long as they can continue not to suck, I think that all these things could come to fruition, even with Sawinski and the home runs and Keller with the wins and the Cy Youngs. And, they just have to continue to do what they're doing. Not be great, but don't suck. You just can't suck.
That's can't suck. I think they need some more pop on the offense just to, because some of those games we're going to need to score a lot of runs. We don't have that offense to, score a lot of runs. So if Keller does have an off day, he can still pull out the win. Yeah, we had a couple of games where he gave up 4 or 5 runs. We got lucky in those games. This Pirate offense cannot consistently score 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 runs a game. So when Keller pitches, he has to be more or less perfect every time he's out on the mound. Where a lot of these other pitchers on really good teams that could, that are in the Cy Young race, they can afford to have a bad day. they can afford to have an off night because they know their offense can bail them out. Whereas Keller, he's got to be lights out.
The Pirates can do that. You just don't know when they're going to do it.
That's the problem, man. Consistently inconsistent. That's what we said yesterday. That's what we've been hearing and reading. Is like they are consistently inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get from them. Like one week they're fired, the next week they're ice cold.
Bednar gets the save. Big Stacks gets 1 hit, 2 walks, making the big bucks. 2 walks. I just seen something over the weekend. It was Tony Gwynn was something that Tony Gwynn had said back when he was hitting a lot of baseballs. And he said, if you just draw 1 walk a game, he goes, you on average bat 4 times. And if you could draw 1 walk a game, that not only helps your average because it's taking away from a possible out, but it's also getting you an opportunity to get on base. That's something that he's a goal that Tony Gwynn used to use. And of course, Tony Gwynn is another one of these guys that has a million hits. I would like to see, so if Big Stacks isn't going to hit, okay, I guess getting on base twice by the way of walk, I mean, it's productive.
Yeah, that's what batting average.
Money he's getting paid. I want to see more. I want more.
He needs more. Yeah, I know people say batting average is an underrated stat. You got to look at on base percentage, OPS, and all this fun stuff, but they always forget batting average is factored into it. I want to see for as much money as we're paying him. I'm part of the team. He should be batting 300 plus. I'm not looking for a 400 hitter here, but at least 300. That would be nice. 25, 30 home runs. 100 ribbies. Something
that elevates him above everybody else on this team because he makes a lot more money than everybody else on this team. He shouldn't be in the mix with some of these guys that wouldn't be starters on other baseball teams. Yeah,
it should be 2 hits, 2 walks. Something that's justifiable of that salary. My God, you're getting paid top tier money. Well, especially from the Pirates. You should be putting up those numbers, and he's not. It's disappointing to see.
I'm just waiting. One of these he has to
he's going to break out, right?
It
has to. He's proven he can in the past go in tears, but he's also proven there can be a whole dry spell that can last a long ass time.
Pirates also Derpy, they lead the league, the whole entire major league in games 1 where the Pirates score 2 runs or less. 2-0, 1-0, 2-1, 1. The Pirates. Nobody has more wins in those kind of games. That's crazy. Finally, we go.
That's baseball. Let me fill in for
baseball. 162.
That's baseball.
Optimism.
Baseball 162. See, we're just going to record you and have the soundboard ready to go.
Well, we do need to get his. He does have catchphrases, and
he does.
Have.
Yeah, just have him ready for when he's ignoring us, when he's off doing.
Yes. When he's off playing when he's off playing Diablo in the middle of a conversation. And if
I have the itch right now too, Derpy, but I'm focused.
Well, that's because you haven't watched
Whitaker eye going on.
Look your crotch in a month.
Look how small my eye is.
The Pirates do go off to play the Cubbies tomorrow at Wrigley Field for a 3-game series. This game starts at 8:05. Interesting pitching matchup, guys. Luis Ortiz for the Pirates, of course, is 1-2 with a 4.23. However, Jamison Talion, a name that we're all familiar with here in Pittsburgh, he's coming to the hill for the Cubbies, 1-4 with a 7.02 ERA. Ooh, I like it. I like our chances. I keep going on about, we're playing the division now. Things could go bad. I forget how bad the Cubs are.
Yeah. I just my God, Talion last year, he was 14-5 with the Yankees.
Yeah. These Cubs are bad. This is not
they are a bad team.
Yeah. This is not that team that went to the World Series 10 years ago or whatever. I mean, this is different, totally different team.
Because I think we were talking about this last night when I was over at the studio. This how far the Cubbies have fallen.
It took them so long to even get to that point.
And then they just collapsed. But hey, you know what? I would take that. Get me a championship, and if we collapse, that's fine. I got a championship, rebuild like the Marlins did back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Every 9 years
they would win, collapse, win, collapse. You got to do what you got to do. But I'm just glad the Cubbies aren't good anymore. That's one less team we have to worry about.
Let's move on, guys. We do have to move on. P on the board. What's going on, my brother? He says it's super difficult to hit 280 in the majors. That's why I'm not. Absolutely. Baseball's a hard sport. Baseball's a hard sport. It really is. You
Yeah.
don't think of the skill because you look at the guys and they're not in superior shape like they are in other sports. And you think, oh, these guys, they just play baseball. But it's extremely difficult to be successful
You fail.
consistently in baseball.
You fail 7 out of 10 times. You're
You
considered
fail
a great
so
hitter.
much.
Yeah.
And if you're good every once in a while, then you're one of the best players. It's a different beast. That's why I do give baseball that respect. Ultimately, more when the Pirates are good. Otherwise, when they're not that good, I don't really pay much attention to baseball in its entirety. But I do understand that. Yeah, P, you're right. The Marlins. It seems like every 9 to 11 years they come up with that team. They're unstoppable. They win the World Series, then they go away for 10 years. I don't get it. I would like to get a little bit of whatever that is that they're doing, but we don't have that here. We got to go into football, everybody. Another owner straight up called AB an asshole in a press conference for this arena league that he's a part owner in. The saga goes on. I don't want to keep going on and on about the guy, but every time I do see a headline like this, I do like to bring it up just to keep people in the know that, he's still insane. He's still, an asshole, I guess.
Hey, you know what? He's on brand. People always talk about what's your brand. AB's brand is being an asshole, and he's on brand.
He does good. He excels. Charlie Batch turns to marijuana to improve his quality of life,
as we all should.
I think we would be a lot less hateful.
A
lot less more not so. Don't want to be so indifferent. You don't want to be so combative. If you were everybody would just take it easy. One day, I always say this: the whole planet, 8 billion people would all smoke on the same day. We could create world peace, at least for a day.
At least for a day. You know what?
That would be
I need me some Charlie Batch gummies. Mix them with my Mike Tyson gummies and just see what happens.
I say we all just go over to Manhattan, pack Manhattan with 8 billion people and just inhale whatever it is that's coming from Canada because
you know what? That would solve a lot of problems.
That would solve a lot of problems.
8 billion people would probably cease to be all at once.
No.
And
they do have that good up in Canada. But you know what? This is not about that. Yes, Charlie Batch, I do love the move, and I do love Charlie. So good for him.
Yes.
The punter situation, Mike and I talked about a little bit yesterday off the air. I want to get your take on this, Derpy. Now we have Harvin, the punter that we've had for the past season. Has it been 2 years now or just one?
Two,
right?
Two.
All right. Then we have year 3. Braden Mann that we bring over from the Jets, who obviously isn't kicking the hell out of the ball because the Jets cut him. And then, this is just my speculation, this kicker for the Maulers that kicked an 85-yard punt. Do you invite him to Camp Derpy?
Why not?
Like right?
The man's kicking 85 in a real non-professional league.
It's a real professional league.
You know what I'm saying, not the NFL, basically.
What do you think about Harvin? I'm ready for Harvin to go. I'm being quite honest with you. The punting position is such an important position, and you pretty much have to be perfect all the time. These shanks to go out of bounds at the 50, especially with a team like we had last year where field position was so big because we were limited offensively, and hopefully that gets better this year. But I think the punter's a huge position on a football team. Do you think we could stick it out with Harvin, Derpy, or do you think Braden Mann's even a possibility? Do you think maybe there's more options? Is there we have to address the punting issue?
I mean, he's very inconsistent on what he does, Harvin.
It makes me nervous because you could have a really good game team wise and one bad punt.
It ruins it.
Puts a good team in good field position who could already move. A lot of these quarterbacks in the NFL, they could already move the ball at will regardless. So if you give them the ball at the 50-yard line in a tough, in a close game, you're already in field position within a play or two. You have to tackle this punting position. You have to. You can't let this go on another season.
I know this guy from the Maulers, he only averages 42 yards per punt. and that average 36.8. It's not that great. But bring him in. I want to see him boom an 83-yarder. You know what? More competition is better at that position because punters and kickers they're crazy.
Yeah.
AB would be my front runner in real life for Squid Games. Oh shit!
Rod Woodson and the Vegas Vipers parting ways after Woodson coached the team to 2-8 in his first season coaching. Rod Woodson is parting ways with the Vipers. They will be announcing it officially, I think, later on today.
I saw that. I was like, you knew it was coming.
You knew it was coming. It wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good. It's it is what it is. Hopefully, he gets another shot coaching somewhere. I'd like to see Rod involved in football. I think
he'll land on his feet. He's Rod Woodson,
Yeah. Like who wouldn't want, just to have, I can see him going back. He was on television for a while. I can see him going back to TV.
Oh, I love Rod. When I was growing up, he was the guy. So let's also see I don't recall if I mentioned it yesterday, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do want to mention that the Pittsburgh Passion did qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah.
They do play round one Saturday against the Alabama Fire down in Alabama. So the ladies of the Pittsburgh Passion, they're in the postseason, guys.
Yeah. I think we talked about that yesterday. Going down to Alabama. Hopefully whoop some ass down there.
Sweet home, Alabama. No,
the other one is if you watched the USFL game last night, the New Jersey Generals played the Philadelphia Stars. It was a game that it was important to the Pittsburgh Maulers because of what the New Jersey Generals did. However, the Jersey Generals, they won. We needed them to lose. So here's how it breaks down. The playoffs start now for the Pittsburgh Maulers. It literally essentially starts right now. If they win this game this week, they qualify for the playoffs. So it's all playoffs. If you win, if you want to move on, and it's like that throughout the whole USFL North, Mike, both games this coming weekend basically become that first round playoff. Whichever team wins, they both go on to play each other in the playoff round for the USFL. And then the winner of that game would go on to the championship game. So essentially the playoffs start right now for the Pittsburgh Maulers. Don't even talk. Do we qualify? Can we not get this is the playoffs. This
Winning you're in, baby.
If this team wins 3 games, they are the champions in the USFL, which some people may say that's crazy. The other division's so strong, but you look at the way that the XFL played out.
It's the same way.
It's the same way. The DC Defenders in that division, they were strong, and they ended up getting uprooted by an Arlington team that I think finished with 4 wins, 5 wins, something like this.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, they were bad. They
were bad,
but they got hot at the right time. Yeah.
And this defense of the Pittsburgh Maulers, a special team, you just got to this offense, and they're not a bad offense. They're a highly skilled offense if you watch these guys play. But they got to be able to bring it together and be able to win in a big game like this one coming up Saturday against New Jersey Generals. This is going to be a good one, guys. If you at all are interested in spring football, this is a game you're not going to want to miss, especially if you love the black and gold.
Winning you're in. It's all on you. No excuses.
You win out, they're going to be champions. That's how it's explained. You win out, you win.
Yep.
You have an opportunity to win 3 games.
3 in a row.
Do that, you will be the champion. In Arlington, like I said, is the XFL champion. There's no reason that the Pittsburgh Maulers can't do the same thing.
They better pull it off. Pittsburgh needs a champion.
You know what? We're looking. I was telling you yesterday, things are looking good in Pittsburgh for a lot of different teams. I mean, Steelers are looking good. Pirates are looking good. Penguins, things are getting better with the new hire. Pitt, they're getting a lot of commitments in football. These other teams, the Passions off to the playoffs, the Maulers, things are looking good. Hopefully somebody can land some gold here.
Yeah, Riverhounds are up there. I think they're top of the board, man. Top of the standings. The Riverhounds.
The Riverhounds, another one.
Yeah, so Pittsburgh, man, we got some good things brewing.
It's a good time to be from the Berg, baby.
Yes.
Also tonight, Game 5 of the Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat. Denver's up 3-1. From my impression that I got from you guys, I think that you believe that this is going to go on at least another game. An NBA team finishing the other NBA team in the finals off 4-1 would be kind of lame. I think maybe I don't want to say they'll make it happen, but maybe they'll make it happen.
I was saying that Miami could steal 1 or 2, but I just have a feeling that tonight's the night for Denver. Game 5.
It's tonight?
Yeah, I think it's tonight. They're going to take it. They're going to close it out. I just hate the long layoff between basketball games. You don't
Yeah.
get to play it all over the weekend. It makes no sense. This one more eyes would be on it. You would think because people are going to work on Tuesday. I would be playing it on Saturday.
I don't know. So game 5 tonight, Denver's up 3-1.
I just hate Denver's going to win a ring without Carmelo.
Hey,
And then the
That's
other
sports, baby.
championship that's going on is the Vegas Golden Knights in Florida. They are the Vegas is up 3-1. And game 5 is tomorrow in that series. Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody
Vegas.
about the website, and we'll hit up some trivia, man.
twodumbyinzers.com. Everything you need for Two Dumb Yinzers is over at twodumbyinzers.com. We have links to everything, all of our social media. My God, anywhere you can find us to watch us, listen to us is all at twodumbyinzers.com. Link to the merchandise store is also over there as well. Let's go.
All right, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delve into the Cubs trivia, being that is who the Pirates play next. So put on your thinking caps. We got a little Cubs knowledge. How confident are you, Derpy, in some Cubs trivia?
Screw the Cubs. You know why, but here we go.
All right.
No, we don't know why.
Cleveland. 16.
Oh,
No,
that's
yeah.
right.
I still don't know.
That's
I
all
think
I'm
that's who beat Cleveland. Did they? Yeah, it was the World Series, wasn't it, Derpy?
Yeah.
Cleveland gets to the World Series and they lose to Chicago. So that's where that is.
That's what. Let's go, Cubbies.
All right, Derpy, Mike, ready? P on the board. Here we go.
Let's do this.
What were the Chicago Cubs originally called? What were the Chicago Cubs originally called? Take one moment, think this over. I'll come back, and when I do, if you need hints, I'll give you a choice of picks if you're having a hard time on this one. But yes, as Mike said, go check it out over at our website, www.twodumbyinzers.com. Lots of cool things over there. Lots of links to check out any of the 330 plus episodes that we've done. There's a merchandise store, lots of information. Go check it out. We are on 7 days a week at 11:30 a.m. every day. And the show that we do every day will get uploaded on the Spotify in podcast form at 8 o'clock in the evening. So this show, if you had missed it and you just want to listen to it, 8 o'clock this evening, hop over on Spotify and you can pull it up on podcast form. All right, guys. So the question of the day is this. What were the Chicago Cubs originally called? Now on the board, Derpy said probably not Derpy, but Pete said probably the Bootleggers, which I love. I love this answer. I wish there were teams called the Bootleggers. You guys want a choice, or
I want a choice.
You want to hear the choices?
Yeah.
All right. What were the Chicago Cubs originally called? Was it A, the Midways? Was it B, the White Stockings? Was it C, the Colts? Or was it D, the Orphans? A, the Midways, B, the White Stockings, C, the Colts, D, the Orphans. I can tell you this right now. One of those teams was the original name of the Chicago Cubs.
I'm going to go with White Stockings.
I'm going to go White Stockings.
I do want to say shout out to P for busting out the Steel City Rollers.
Yes.
Roller derby team. Like I had to look that one up. I thought it was roller derby, but I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, it's a deep cut.
So there you have it. You sure you're not going with the Orphans on this one?
That would be, you know what? If I had a team, my team would be called the Orphans.
All right, here we go. The answer: what were the Cubs were they originally called? Your choices are the Midways, White Stockings, Colts, Orphans. I think P is going to stick with the Bootleggers, which I love. Both of the gentlemen on the show, they both said the White Stockings. Is this your final answer, guys?
Yes.
All right, get you guys locked in. There we go.
Orphan sounds too much like a gang.
And of course we knew that the P was messing around. He didn't want to choose the Bootleggers. He also chose the White Stockings. So here we go. Question of the day, guys. Getting ready for them Cubbies. What were the Chicago Cubs originally called? The White Stockings is the correct answer, guys. Yes, it was the White Stockings. What was the one last week? Somebody was like the Brown Stockings or something, weren't they? Derpy?
Yeah. I think so.
What is it with like stockings in baseball?
Yeah.
I think it was the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
But there you have it, everybody. Mike, anything before we take off, man?
Yeah, if you're not following Mount St. Helens on Twitter, you are missing out. Mount St. Helens is beefing with the volcano from Hawaii. It's beefing with Lake Superior. Now other mountain ranges are beefing with Mount St. Helens. It is a good follow.
What do you mean? What's going on? These
It's a Twitter account. It's a spoof Twitter account of Mount St. Helens. Someone's running it as actual Mount St. Helens. Mount St. Helens is making fun of all these other volcanoes, calling them little bitches and stuff. It is great. Then Lake Superior tries to talk some smack, and Mount St. Helens like to sit your ashy ass down. Your soot,
I got
your
you.
soot-filled lake. Shut
Jeez,
up,
old man. All
Mount
right,
St. Helens. It's where it's at.
Derpy, you got anything before we take off?
Pack PNC and screw. No, my bad. Not pack PNC. Just screw the Cubs in general. Screw the Cubs in general. There you go.
Yeah, and there's some sour grapes too. We found out about.
Let's
Derpy.
go Cubs.
I wasn't.
Let's
feeling,
go
I
Cubs. I'm a Cubbies fan,
on
baby.
this Cubby thing, yeah. So if there is anybody,
my new
we're
favorite
supposed to be
team.
helping each other out this week, Derpy. You're supposed to be beating. The Twins are supposed to be beating the Brewers for us, but we have the Cubs now. So whatever way you go, I'm sure we'll both end up getting screwed in this somehow.
You know what?
With the
I got to
Pirates
root for the Cubs to screw over the Cleveland team any way I can. It's going to screw over the Buccos, but my hatred for Cleveland trumps my love of Pittsburgh. That makes any sense.
Well, hey guys, it is only 90 days left till the kickoff of the NFL football season. 90 days, guys. 90 days. There you have it. So that's something to carry us over to the next day. But everybody, we do want to thank you for checking us out. We hope that you continue to do so. We want to thank everybody on the board and from here at the show, from Derpy, Mike, Ryan, and the Two Dumb Yinzers. Everybody have a great day. We'll